I don't know how much time I've got because the waves are right there, and there's a lot of sneaker waves that have been coming in. But there's a huge agate right there, so I'm gonna grab it and we're gonna look at it at a safer spot. Not even really gonna look at it much. Just gonna grab that guy and back up. I haven't even done the intro yet because it's still pretty dark, as you can tell. But I just found a really amazing agate, so we're just gonna make the best of it because I really want to show you, and I don't want to wait until it's light out either because there's a lot of gravel. I'll show you that next. First, let's look at what I've already found thus far. So here it is. I've got a little nodule right there, another little guy just right there. This looks like chert initially, but it might actually be common opal, but it's got a little bit of banding in there too, which you're not going to be able to tell. Maybe a little bit like that. Pretty neat. And then I found this whopper. Look at that. That is pretty insane. That's a huge piece already. Beautiful. Mostly Chalcedony, it looks like. I'm not sure what that vug is. Is that a crystal impression? Looks like they drilled right into it or something. It's kind of weird. I definitely think it's a nodule because I see that characteristic potato skin all the way around. So very cool. That is just an amazing way to start the day. And then I found some really nicely colored and silicated jasper. Pretty picky when I do pick this up. Little note about this: if you're ever looking for a rockhounding spot, look for very deeply colored, highly silicated jaspers, red or yellow. The bigger they are, that's also can be a good indicator. But if you haven't found agates yet in a spot where you're finding jasper like this, then it is only a matter of time before you will. Because these are really, really good pieces. This one actually has multiple colors in it. And then these are some nice yellow ones. These are great indicators. Here's our Chalcedony Nodule. Really nice. This looks like a core sample or something got taken out of it. But logically to me it makes more sense that maybe there's some host rock in there that weathered away. It just looks so almost perfectly cylindrical there. Nice and translucent, as you can expect from Chalcedony. Nice piece. Found a nice piece of wood right there, and it's got a little bit of Chalcedony at the top too. The ocean's coming in, so I've got to do this quick and not lose it. But there's a massive agate just right there. It's a really dark one, but that is definitely an agate. Wow, how dark is that? I gotta get a light behind this one. But that is also just big. Wow. It's finally starting to become light, so I can actually show you these things without a light on. But I think this warrants putting a light behind it, so let's go do that real quick. And look at that. I was standing right there-ish. A sneaker wave came in, and now it's all the way up to the top of the gravel bar. I want to mention this because you have to be so careful. These sneaker waves, they can catch you off guard very easily. Alright, got the light set up. Let's take a look. Whoa, look at that. It's like a half is carnelian, or Chalcedony at least, and the other half is not. Or at least not transparent. Or translucent, I mean. How cool. It does look like there's something going on right in there. Like there's like banding or something potentially going on in there. Wow, that is so cool. I almost didn't even pick it up as an agate, but the way that I could tell that it was is because of the translucency. I could already see it when I saw it, so I didn't even hesitate. But even that is kind of deceiving because you can see that bottom part isn't even translucent at all. But that is a gorgeous one. I love that. It's so different from the Chalcedony and the carnelian that I normally find. It's so dark. Beautiful. And a chonker too. Got a nice piece of epidote right here. It's pretty good. Nice green rock. They stand out when it's mostly black and a little bit of yellow, orangey here and there. Pretty cool. Speaking of green rocks, here's the other green rock. It's a little bit of green jasper. I don't see that too terribly often. It's, I guess, a little bit more common to be found in Oregon, but I don't see it too much. Nice little polished piece. I just picked this up. I think this might be a very banged up piece of fossilized clam. I see people finding these every once in a while, but this one is definitely, I've seen better days. But still, pretty cool to see it. Whoop. Look at that big old piece of yellow jasper. It's a nice one, very silicated. Do I take this with me? I still know what I would do with it. I brought some smaller pieces, but I think this might be a little too large. It is nice though. So, it's been all the way down the beach to the other end, and really all the gravel is primarily here. This is pretty much it. And especially as far as agates go, right now the gravel bar, this is the only gravel bar that's providing agates. So I'm just gonna hang out more here, which it's already giving me those really big agates and some of those smaller ones, so I'm not complaining by any means. But if I'm gonna find more, it's gonna be in here. So let's give it a shot. I'm pausing for a minute on all the agates that I've found to show you this piece of petrified wood. That's pretty cool. See all the wood grain in there? It's got some chalcedony in it, especially in the bottom there. Pretty nice piece. Pretty happy with that. It's only my second piece. The other one was a lot smaller and it was quite black. This one is nice and brown. So yeah, I'll show you the agates here in a second when I'm done picking them up, because the tide is coming in fast and I'm basically just trying to snatch them up when I see them. I just found an amazing agate just right there. I had to snatch it up and run. But this might be, it's not the biggest of the day, but it is certainly the most banded and beautiful of the day. Because looky, whoa. How cool is that? That is an amazing agate right there. Super defined banding, at least on that side. I saw just a little tip sticking up. I really wish I could have filmed me finding it, but right as I picked it up, the ocean came in. The tide is coming in fast, so I snatched it up and ran. Got a lot of quartz in the middle, but that's a very pretty one. Beautiful. So I probably spent about an hour chasing the waves back and forth. But every time I would find like little ones. Some of these are actually pretty good size, like a nodule like that. Some of the smaller pieces. Thought this was pretty cool. It's like a seam almost with its host rock still. Pretty neat. Another Chalcedony Nodule. Another one, pretty similar. Some thinner pieces, smaller pieces. Pretty cool. Piece of Chalcedony right there. Quite a thin one. But pretty cool. To think that I would have missed out on this one. Oh, that would have made me sad if I had known that in advance. I'm like, oh, I'm just not going to do that. And I would have missed out on this. Oh, what a pretty one. This one alone made it worth it. This is just a bonus. How cool. Definitely excited about that. Very nice, big Carnelian Banded Agate. Beautiful. With a quartz center. Cool beans. Now here's the absolute find of the day. This was such a pretty one. Some really nice banding in there. Nicely translucent. Quartz pocket. Very cool piece. Goes all the way around. Very nice. The wind is also going crazy out here. Very bristly. You know, people don't often look through all these gravel piles up here because it can be quite hard to find agates. You know, it's not always the easiest. But I'm just walking back amongst those rocks and there's a little treat on the way out. A little agate. Looks like it's got a quartz center. It's kind of cool. So yeah, a little bonus agate for the way out. Nice. Good day. Well, that's probably gonna do it for this trip. I think we did really well. These three, oh boy, so good. Like this really dark one, this is so unusual. I might call this Sard. It could just be really dark Chalcedony, but I think this is often called Sard when it's like dark brown Chalcedony. And then of course, that's super banded, can't really tell. Can't really see it, that guy in the middle. Super banded Carnelian. And then a really nice big Chalcedony Nodule. I mean, it's pretty amazing if you ask me. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you in the next one as well. Tot de volgende keer. Thank you for everyone that likes the video, comments on the video, is subscribed to the YouTube channel, and a double thank you if you also share the video around. I truly appreciate it, and that motivates me to keep making more videos.